All right, hey everyone, I am back. Your favorite host in the world. It's Chris again. So I just wanted to go over the football game tonight, the CSU Rams and the Wyoming Cowboys. I'm super excited about it. I did a pregame show for the Nuggets and the Lakers game that didn't quite go the way I wanted it to because I wanted Denver to win by 5. That was my prediction, and I believe they ended up losing by, I think, 7. So it was still a close game, but not exactly the way I predicted it. But anyway, tonight, it's Friday night, October 26th, and the CSU Rams are playing the Wyoming Cowboys for, they call it the border war because Fort Collins and Laramie are right across the border from each other. So they call it the border war rivalry. So I'm super excited about it because I've been following both of these teams this year very closely. So, in both of these teams, I should start off by saying, have not had the year that they have wanted or expected. Just because they had pretty decent years last year, especially Wyoming with having Josh Allen, but then him going into the draft and losing him, there was a key piece there. So I'm not exactly surprised that they kind of fell off a little bit, but the CSU Rams, they have Carter Samuels, which is actually a decent quarterback. I just wish they would put it together more than they do. I mean, they've shown areas where they can light up the scoreboard when they put it all together. But anyway, so both of these teams have losing records, have not had the season they wanted. So I think it should be an interesting game, just because it really, I guess, depends on who doesn't really want to be the worst of the worst. Like, they don't want to fall off and be one of the last in the divisions of the Mountain West. So I think both of these teams, I was hoping they would do better. I've been following both of them. I went to the Wyoming game last week when they played Utah State, which Utah State surprisingly has been better than what most people have thought. But I was a little surprised because it was a closer game than I thought it was going to be. Wyoming only lost by about a touchdown. It was, I believe, 23-16. And it came right down to the end. They could have pulled it off. So it was a really exciting game to be there in person and to watch. And it was closer than I thought it was going to be. And as far as CSU, they've lost to some teams that they probably should have won. I mean, Hawaii is better than most people expected, but I thought they were going to win that game. But then they go ahead and beat Arkansas, which Arkansas isn't as great as people would expect, but they're still in the SEC conference. They play some tough teams. They're no slouch themselves. So, the CSU Rams, they can put it together, I believe, if they want to. So, in my opinion, I'm going to be watching closely, but I think CSU is going to take this because I'm very high on Carter Samuels as a quarterback. I know this is his first year in Fort Collins, so there's still some stuff he needs to work on. But if you look at Montez from Colorado last year, he didn't really do that great, but he got that year out of his system. He got more experience, and now the Buffalo are a really good team. So I think Carter Samuels is going to do the same thing this year. There's some, kinks they have to work out, stuff they have to figure out, but I think ultimately he's going to end up being a good quarterback. But I can't say the same for Vanderwall in Wyoming because what I have seen out of Vanderwall, I don't mean to knock the kid, but I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. And that's, I think, part of the reason why Wyoming isn't winning like they should be. So I'm not very high on the Vanderwall kid from Wyoming, but Carter Samuels with CSU, I think, is going to give the CSU Rams a victory tonight. And I'm going to be watching. I'll probably report at the end of it, maybe a post-game show. But if you have any comments or anything you want to add to the conversation, that's what I'm here for. So you can comment. You could ask me directly. Just that's what I'm here for, to get the conversation going. So hit me up. Watch the video. I would appreciate it. So anything else you need to tell me, just let me know. And I will be reporting soon, I guess. So have a good one.